Oh, did you want sugar?
Nope. When you're done, move the oil out of the way of the camera.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Hi, camera. Is it on? That thing on? Alright, so I need sugar, white sugar, some vegetable oil, some milk, I need some vanilla extract, some baking powder, some baking soda. I have a pumpkin pie spice, which is just like what he used, but already mixed together. So why waste it? I have some salt, some brown sugar that's super fresh and soft and not hard and old, eggs, and then some pumpkin puree, which I'll need to get more of because you can see it's empty. So I'll need, that's in the pantry, so I'll grab it.
Sometimes you can buy a can that's the right weight and just use the whole can.
Yeah, for pumpkin pie, it's usually this.
Yeah.
So. And then if you want to make the topping, you'll just need to add butter to your ingredients list. Alright, so I already made our topping. So this is what I have. And basically all this is a half cup of white sugar, a half cup of brown sugar, and a half cup of flour. And then I added I added cinnamon. And then I took a quarter of a cup of butter, cold butter, chopped it up, and then I mixed it in here and broke it up to be the consistency of cornmeal. And this will go on top of my muffins. I'll put the recipe on canvas for you guys. Another bowl.
I'm gonna put that in the dishwater.
Alright, so I have a sifter and I have a bowl. And let me get you guys oriented so you can kind of see what's going on here. So I have my all-purpose flour. I am going to need 1 3/4 cups of flour in my sifter.
See, she used the flat part of her spoon so she didn't have to dirty another utensil. See? Ooh. We not have a 3/4 cup.
There we go. I couldn't find one, so I just.
You guys see one in the yard sale? Bring this one.
Okay, I need my baking soda. Here. I'll open one, preferably. I need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then I'll just add that into my flour. Then I need a half teaspoon of baking powder. Right here. 1/2 teaspoon. And I have my oven set to 350, just so you guys know. And then I need a half teaspoon of salt. Remember, salt adds so much to flavor. So we always use it in our baked goods. Then I need my pumpkin pie spice. And I'm gonna do two teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. And on the recipe that I have on Canvas, it tells you all the different spices that you should use if you don't have a pumpkin pie spice. So if you just have like cinnamon, allspice, ginger, nutmeg, if you just have those, then the recipe says what to do. But I'm gonna put two teaspoons, sorry, of pumpkin pie spice. All right, so now that all of that is in my sifter, I'm gonna sift it. And what this will do, it'll keep all our lumps out of our batter. So we'll just have a few lumps, it won't be super lumpy. Push that through. All right. So now I'm gonna set this to the side. So now I'm going to put in my sugar in a different bowl. And this is for our wet ingredients. So in baking, sugar counts as a wet ingredient. What? So it's a half a cup of sugar. Oh no, it's 2/3 cup, sorry. Make sure you read your recipe. 2/3 cup of white sugar. There we go. And then I'm going to need a half cup of brown sugar. You guys don't get to change your recipe. You just do what the recipe says.
Yeah.
Miss Lansing can change her recipe because she can do what she wants.
Yeah. You can change your cookie recipe, but that's it.
So there's my sugars in the bowl. Now we're gonna add my vegetable oil. I'm using canola oil. So I need a half of a cup of oil. And I'm using a liquid measure, not a dry measure, because they're different, remember that. Add that in. There we go. Now I'm going to add my milk. Oh no, I need eggs first. Eggs first, not milk. I was like, what am I forgetting? Oh, eggs. So you need 2 large eggs. 2 large eggs. Add those in. No shells. Obviously. And then you're gonna take this and you're gonna whisk it up together. Make it nice and smooth. And don't be worried about over mixing at this stage. You can't over mix it because there's no flour in here to make gluten. So just mix it till it's very smooth. Just like that. And then we add in our milk. So that will be 1/4 of a cup of whole milk. Make sure we measure it on the table. Add that in. I'm going to need vanilla. I need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Add that in. And then I'm gonna need 1 1 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree in there. And this can get a little bit messy, but it's for baking, for science.
You put it in there.
To measure it.
No, I mean that thing.
Oh, because I wanted to throw away the can.
Oh.
Just get rid of it. Because I don't like leaving the lids around. Because people might touch them and hurt themselves. Okay. Smooth the top. And now I have my pumpkin. That's 1 cup into the bowl. Make sure you get it all out of there. And then I need 1/3 of a cup. I'm gonna have to figure out another pumpkin thing to do to get rid of this one. Perfect. There we go. Empty. And then you're just gonna whisk this together. Be careful to not get that milk spilled everywhere. But you can't overmix at this stage. There's still no flour, so you just mix them. And you'll get this nice orangey color. So pretty. Alright, so we'll set this to the side. Well, move that over there. Perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to prep my pan. So I like to use muffin liner. And this made 18 per batch. That's what I've been getting. And the reason that we prep our pan before we mix them is because we don't want the reaction from the baking powder and the baking soda before it can get in the oven. If you let it sit while it's mixed, it's just wasting that reaction before it even gets in the oven, and you won't get a nice lift. If you didn't know that already. There we go. And I like to spray mine. Some people don't, but I think I don't want the papers to stick to my muffins. So I like to just spray them with the non-stick spray. Perfect. So I'm going to set this to the side now. And I'll bring out my dry ingredients. And then I'll just add all of my wet ingredients into my dry ingredients. Just pour it all in there. Scrape it out. Make sure you get every last bit of it out of your bowl. I expect your bowls to look like this, practically empty. And then we will mix this just until it combines gently. We're not trying to mix it super hard or mix it a lot. You kind of want it to look like a pumpkin pancake batter almost, with not a lot of, like, it can have lumps in it, but no flour in the bottom. And we want to gently mix it. We don't want to mix it really hard, because then you're developing the gluten and it'll make a really tough muffin. Just make sure there's no flour pockets. Gently mix. There we go. So that's what it should look like. Nice little muffin batter. Everything's falling. Okay. So then we'll take our muffin tin. And I'm just going to fill them about 3/4 of the way full up the sides. So I'm just adding a little bit on top so I don't waste any of the batter. And yes, this would be considered a drop batter, because it drops from a spoon. It's thicker than a pour batter, so that's the difference, in case you were wondering.
Close to a pour batter.
And so once it gets to like this, you're gonna scrape it down, and you'll see that you have actually a lot more than you think you have left on in your bowl. And we're just gonna add the rest of this into our muffins. They'll make really nice, tall, beautiful muffins. Supermodel muffins. Perfect. There we go. Alright, and now I'm going to add my streusel on top.
How'd you make your streusel?
I mixed half a cup of sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, and half a cup of flour. I added cinnamon. I think I added like a tablespoon or some amount of cinnamon. And then I took a 1/4 cup of cold butter and broke it up to make it about the consistency of cornmeal. And it came out like this. And you just sprinkle this on top, and it makes your muffins have a nice rough top, and they're really pretty looking. Just make sure you cover them all over. And it really like helps, I think it helps to keep the moisture in. I'm not sure about that, but I think because the top won't dry out as easily. But there we go. And then I'll put this in the oven, and it should take about 15 minutes. I think that's how long it took last time. But just until you stick a toothpick in it and it comes out clean. Put it in this one. Okay, so I'll come back to that and check on it in 10 minutes. And here's the final muffins. Isn't they very nice? They have a nice top on them. Uh-oh, my computer died. Well, they have a nice top on them. They're good with coffee. Yeah, good.